there is hope. Don't
Yeah.
judge it like the way the world judges it. Just look at
Mm.
David, right?
Yeah.
And his
Yeah.
brothers. The youngest
Right.
one is who God chose as the anointed king.
How have you seen a difference in your kids who are just natural leaders opposed to those who are natural followers? And how do you encourage those kids who are natural followers to really become kind of come out of their shell? But at the same time, you don't want to make them who God didn't make them to be. You know what I mean? Like God
Okay.
gave them the personality that they have. So how have you kind of navigated through that with your different kids who are followers?
Okay, so in God's word, like let's look at Moses, for example. The one who had a stuttering problem that
Yeah.
couldn't talk, God called that one to
Yeah.
lead the nation of Israel out of Egypt, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like God, like that one that may appear to be the one that's lagging and the follower and not as strong as the strong one. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times over time things switch. And I have an example in my household. So I have my two girls, they are strong, they can stand alone. They were like, they walk with the Lord and I don't care what the world's doing. I'm following Jesus. That's
Yeah.
their attitude, right? And then I have some other kids and they're like, watching YouTube for the N word, oh, drip. They're using all the slang. They're just trying to follow like the world or
Yeah.
whatever. But let me tell you this, and I'm going to give you a story. So I have one kid who very challenging, kind of a little bit rambunctious, loves the Lord though. He really has a real relationship with God, but difficult to contain and manage. I don't know if that's a good word, if that sounds
Sure.
bad, but kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, you got to give your kids Jesus no matter what, even though their behavior might be all over the place, out of pocket, disrespectful. You keep giving them Jesus. You keep pointing them to Jesus. That one child, like I said, I had a special teachers meeting with this person's teacher because they're so out of control in their behavior. But that child who seems from the outward perspective, it could seem like, oh, I hope
It's a
he
lost
turns
cause.
out okay. Yeah. I hope he turns out all right. That boy, I'm going to tell you a story. A youth group was going to the fair, the county fair, to pass out tracts. They asked the whole youth group, would you like to come? He was like one of the only teenagers that signed up. His boy went, not only did he go every day to the 12-day fair, 10-day fair, not only did he pass out tracts to people, he was engaging with people, sharing the gospel with people.
Wow.
He told me, Mom, the scriptures that we learned as little kids, it was all coming out. And this boy was preaching the gospel in love with wisdom, engaging adults, engaging teenagers. He had people around him wanting to listen to him share the gospel. And me and his dad were shocked.
Wow.
The youth group people, like the leaders were like,
Yeah.
wow.
Who is this kid?
And they were like, he wanted to come every day. You're only supposed to do one shift. He stayed from 4 to 10:30 every day for the fair. And this boy, he would call me, Mom, pray. I'm feeling some resistance. Oh, Mom, this guy gave his life to Christ. And so I say all that to say there is hope. Don't judge it like the way the world judges it. Just look at David, right?
Yeah.
And his brothers. The youngest one is who God chose as the anointed king.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, the one that seems really bad, I hate that word bad, but the one that looks like they're not following protocol, they're disrespectful or whatever, they're not non-compliant, that might be the one that God has chosen to do even more spectacular and phenomenal things.
Yeah.
And so I don't judge it by that. As a matter of fact, when they are more shy and they don't show leadership qualities, I, by faith, encourage them in their leadership. I may say, no, you're a leader, son. You are a leader. You're great. You're this.
Yeah.
I may not feel it because it's not natural, but I speak it anyways. I encourage them in the Lord. not in their own natural giftings, but in the Lord, because he chooses the ordinary to do extraordinary things.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great. Oh, I love that you just said that in the end. He does choose the ordinary to do extraordinary things. And I think so many homeschool moms need to hear that, because I think oftentimes we feel like we're not enough. We can't do this. I wasn't made for this homeschooling thing, but God calls us to do this. And homeschooling our kids and raising children today is an extraordinary thing. Yeah. And we need the help of the Lord to do it. We cannot do it on our own. And so thank you for that reminder. Oh, so good, Nanette. Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.